Hello, we Nerds of the West, and today we're giving you our thoughts on Star Tycoon. This is a resource management tableau building game all about being the best space capitalists you can. You will get points by completing requirements on planets. You'll get points by hitting some endgame buffs, by making partnerships with industries, and this game is all about the symbols and some very big special cards at the end there. The more symbols you have, the more planets you can meet, the more planets you can buy, the more resources you get at the start of each round, along with a very cool market system in the middle. As supply and demand moves, as more people need more resources, things shift, become cheaper, or sell for more. And by managing all of those things, you can get victory points. We, the people that have been doing all this, we have a Lachlan.
Parsecs.
We have a Sean.
Hello.
My name is Tom. Before we dive any deeper, one, we have to say, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, we appreciate any support that you can give us. Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, on our website. It is all down below if you like supporting people who make cool content. And we do have to say, before we get further into this review, this game was supplied to us by the lovely folks at Good Games Publishing. I will shut up for a while, because I did a solo playthrough of this game that you can check out on the YouTube as well. And I gave a lot of thoughts about the game then. Go wild. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't.
Cool.
Okay. We always start with art because it starts with A. The art in this game is phenomenal. The iconography is fantastic. And I think the iconography is one of my favorite parts of this game, in all honesty. It's like, yes, you've got planets. Yes, you've got your development cards. But everything is top notch. I cannot fault it. Everything fits perfectly. The art is incredible by Michael Dickinson, so shout out to him.
It's a space raccoon.
It's like good.
Just good.
It's good. It's cartoony without being overly cartoony. Really nice colours. Iconography is easy to read. Yeah.
I think the iconography is a standout, right? Like, we talk about art all the time, but the iconography in this game is perfect.
Yeah. I love the game box. I think that's an awesome game box. Nice and clear and eye-grabbing. And
the first player token is basically the hand grabbing the star, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
And we mentioned it while we were playing. There is a fault with the main production part, and they automatically included a better version of the part that was printed badly, which not every game publisher would do, which is it's just good to see.
Yeah.
So, that aside, this game has a lot going on. It took us a little while to go through it because we all managed to suffer from analysis paralysis. But that's because we played it very competitively. I think if you play this as a casual game, it would be a lot faster, a lot smoother, still really enjoyable. But because we played it super competitively, I enjoyed it immensely. Because it was super competitive, it was calculating how many turns you got, calculating your resources. And I'm not a big fan of resource management economic games, but this hit that spot so well. Because all the symbols are super straightforward. You need to buy this, you need to buy that. And it's not just going down one avenue. There's so much room for synergizing different things. If something's not going in one way, then you can pivot and go for another strategy. And then
look at all the symbols you have down below.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you hit your science requirement early, and then from that, we're able to do so much more.
My goals, the goalposts were always shifting. It was like, this goal, all right, I've managed that, or I'll come back to that. And then I worked on something else. And then when the cards that I did need come up. And that's the thing. The market does rotate through reasonably okay. It did stagnate a little bit, and markets do in games, but you have the option of refreshing it, which is really nice. But then also when people take cards means that every round there's 2 extra cards or 3 extra cards that you're seeing. So you are always going to see something depending on how much people buy. So the market does refresh rounds. So you aren't going to be stuck in one strategy where you're like, I really need this symbol, but you can always manipulate the game to get that symbol if you need it.
Yeah, I think that's the trick of the game. The market is so tight that the ability to reserve a card, I think, similar to draw comparisons to another game, Splendor, which is the same sort of thing, reserving that card, the perfect card you need, which takes it off the board so the other players can't get it, and then you can work on it slowly while grabbing other things that you need. I think that's a really big play that was underutilized in our game. But now looking back on it, I can
No,
see
man,
that
you
being
just need the
a lot
heart of the
better.
cards to flip up for you exactly as you need it.
Yeah.
Which worked in Tom's favor, where the perfect cards came out at the perfect time. And
If that card didn't come out, we didn't tie.
yeah. Oh man, and I would have just won.
Yes.
Straight up.
I got a card that gave me 6 points at the end. Like,
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was the right symbol and it was the right ability on the card that
Yeah.
added to
but
Tom's pool.
that's my favorite part about this game is there is that variety of cards that all cost different things, that all do different things. Like to give an example, this is the CEO monument. There's multiple CEO monuments. They don't all have this symbol. They all score you 3 points and they'll all give you some different kind of bonus and they'll all cost a different amount. So just that variability in the market really lends this game to its theming of supply and demand. As these things move, as you generate more resources for your business, what you need to do in the game changes. And it's just a really, really tight economic game.
Yeah, I think the mathematics in this game, to be super nerdy about it, is bang on.
Yeah.
Like everything's worth 3 or 4, or you're losing a point here, but you're gaining a point there. It is tight. It is, every point is worth a lot more than you think it is. The value of 1 point could win or lose the game for you.
And you don't have to focus on economy early. You can focus on a few little things here and there and just get yourself going. And the different player powers, just my ability to space Trash Panda and go, all right, I can generate myself some science and some minerals, but I need Lachlan's gas. So I can use Lachlan's gas. So I don't have to pay for gas,
Yeah.
which manipulates the market. But Sean's better at manipulating the market. So every game is going to be different.
Yeah. Sean manipulating the market, which is one thing we haven't touched on, is the galactic market. Sean,
Yes.
you touched this the most.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the market?
I think it's good. I can't see a game, and this might just be because with the players that I'm used to playing with, you guys and whatnot, that I can't see it going to its extremes. We are such really focusing players that we would know that if it does skew too far, someone's going to capitalize on that
Yeah.
either way. So we can't let it. So you would have noticed in our playthrough, it's sat pretty well center the entire time.
But there are events that manipulate it in a certain way that can very much help someone at the right time.
And that's what I wanted to quickly get to was I think the thing that I didn't like was not being able to see it fully skew. And that's kind of what I hoped with my character, which had an ability to utilize the market a bit more than the other people at the table. I didn't see that, and thinking about it, maybe it won't skew that much. It will stay middle.
I can say it
But-
does in the solo mode.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay. But the event cards, as you can see, there are... Chuck a thumbs up down. There are tons of them. I don't know how many there are, but there are a lot.
And you only see 3 each game.
Yeah. So in terms of replayability and variability, there's tons in this game to look at. So I like it for that. And it means that this potentially could be a thing, and every game's going to be different.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's factions having a different ability. Which
How many
really
factions are there?
I want to say 15.
Or corporations.
Corporations,
What do you want to call them?
Yeah.
I want to say there's 15. That might be me just pulling a number off the top of my head. But we each had 3. So that's 9. And
think-
then there's another 6 here. Maybe it'll tell us.
Back to the galactic market though. I think it staying reasonably in the middle is a good balance though, because if it were to swing too far, then someone
gets a huge.
someone would capitalize something massive. Like, could you imagine trading 1 good
But that's
for
also
4 gold
There's
or 12 coins?
There's 12.
it's
Also
also
3
super
purple.
thematic, right? Like capitalizing on the moment at the right time. And it's
Yeah.
just one of those games where the mechanics match the theme, which is easier to do with an economic game. But everything sits in really nicely.
Yep.
I'm happy to go to our final thoughts. I just want to show off this one lovely little joke. If you're Australian, you will understand the joke of Jim's terraforming. This game has some good humor. It's not bashing you over the head with it, but it's like, this is a space raccoon. That's cute and funny.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts before we go?
Jim's transforming. I actually had that as like one of my choices.
Nice.
And I also had another one which was I could purchase from non-full rows.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, but I tried to do the illegitimate goods,
Yeah.
which worked out for me
Yeah.
in the end.
Any final thoughts quick thoughts before we get onto our final thoughts and where we rank it on our board?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Loved it. Love space themes. Everything gels perfectly together. Loved it.
Can play it again.
So when we review games here, we like to not give an objective score of 1 to 10 because you can't really compare apples to oranges. What we can do is say, if given the opportunity, what we personally would prefer to play. This lets us take into account all the little intangibles like setup time, teaching time, player count, player speed, and then table space, all the little things. So we can rank it against every other game that we have played for the year. Oh no, that's fine. I was super zoomed in. That spot was perfect. For me personally, I really enjoy this game. And I said it during the playthrough, but this game doesn't do anything new and it doesn't bring a whole lot of new stuff to the table. But what it does do, it does very well. It's very finely balanced, it's very intuitive, and it's very fun to play. It's so easy to min-max this game and go, I have 36 turns to do the best I can and adapt the best to the different scoring that I need to do. And the fact that it is easy to do that while also being easy to pick up and teach means this game is great for so many different play groups. This is a great introduction to economic games. This is a great introduction to slightly heavier games, but this is still a solidly medium weight game. You should easily be able to play this game in like an hour and a half. We are playing on stream, so we're talking through our thoughts, so it takes a little bit longer, and we are kind of hardcore players at times, so we take things a little bit longer. But this game gives you the opportunity to do that. So for me, for time-wise, I have to put this above Ark Nova, because it is technically going to be shorter to play than Ark Nova, but gives me very similar min-maxy vibes. I can't put it above Planet Unknown or Guildmaster, because those just hit different points that I personally prefer.
Yeah.
But this game is good at what it does.
Yeah. So for me, it definitely is up here as well. I would put it above Guildmaster and Planet Unknown because it's more card-based. Planet Unknown is great, hits those same sort of vibes, but different mechanics. So yeah, I think it's going to be here for me.
Oh my god. Okay, so I put it exactly where Tom put it in my mind. Was I would enjoy to play this over Ark Nova, but then Ark Nova Marine Worlds is very good. So, and Ark Nova is a fantastic game. Guildmaster also scratches an itch that this game doesn't, so it's a completely different type of game, which is where apples and oranges come into it. But this, like I said, is a medium weight game, but I think you could play it with a casual audience and they would still get an absolute thrill out of it. So
same place as Tom. So
same place as Tom.
In between, split the difference. Nice.
Incredible.
But that is our thoughts after only playing it a few times. I will say great solo mode if you're looking for a solid solo mode to pick up. And I would be very keen. There's an alt variant of this that you play an extra round and really use all your resources that final time. That would be very interesting to see just how min-max you can get. That's been our thoughts. Please let us know what you think, if you've got any games you want us to check out, or if you just want to say, hey, you guys are wrong. That's totally fine too. We appreciate it.
Yeah, leave a comment. Check us out.
We've had a Lachlan.
Hey.
We've had a Sean.
Hey.
My name is Tom. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.